trying to do my best to figure out how to get this microphone to work correctly, but it's just going to be what it is because I don't know. When it comes to like sound stuff, I'm so inept. So I'm just going to talk and we're going to see what happens. And if it sounds all kinds of fuzzy, then maybe y'all can tell me what's going on. Maybe you can give me solutions while I figure out this thing that I've been doing for at least 4 years. But hey guys, it's me, Charis. I have my little thing open on my camera so I can like look at myself. So if I'm looking right here, I'm definitely looking at you. But if I'm looking here, I'm like looking at you, you know? Anyway, hey guys, it's me. Hi. I just wanted to come on here and say hello to you and give you a little update on what's been going on with me, as I do every couple of months, where I'm either having an existential crisis or things are going really, really well and I don't know how to process them. It's like one of those two outcomes. But I'm just here in my room with the light off. It has been so dreary and disgusting and cold and rainy for like what feels like 4 days. And I can never get anything done. I'm supposed to film videos today. And I'm forcing myself to sit in front of this camera right now to tell you about some really cool stuff that's been happening for me. But I had to film a reaction video today. And I just, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to. Sometimes I just really, really don't want to. And that's okay. I've been thinking a lot about the phrase, love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I've been thinking about how that's complete bullshit, because like there's every facet of what I do for work I like love in one way or another. Like I really like it, or like I like it sometimes, or like, like there's like variations. But especially like when it comes to like theater, like I love theater. It's all I want to do, right? But I was just in a show in October, throughout October. That had performances throughout October. So we had rehearsals in September, and then, so 2 months. And, it just like felt like work. Like I was like, damn, I'm going to work. And like when you want to get other things done, it's like, damn, I got to work. And it's definitely like work that you want to be doing, but it's still work, like my body still processes it as, hey, you're doing this like exhausting thing, It's like still all that. But yeah, I was in a show called The Cottage, and it's a British farce. I have yet to do a show in professional Atlanta theater where I am not using a dialect. I am always using a voice that is not mine, and I think there's something so interesting about that. But like I'm constantly just using a different dialect. And this was my cat's in the litter box. Damn. It's like I'm in here for any like long period of time. She's like, I gotta get in there, bitch. I gotta get in there. But yeah, I was in this show, The Cottage, and it's about this woman who is having this affair with this guy. And it turns out that the guy is his brother is the woman's husband. So she's having an affair with her husband's brother. And so it's just like chaos ensues, like typical like farce stuff, But it's interesting because it had more of like a feminist narrative when it comes to like women empowerment, and how a lot of times we get like a scarlet A on us when women are involved in that kind of stuff, and that we just like believe that that's just the way men are, boys will be boys kind of thing. And so it has an interesting like narrative to it. It's written by a woman. It was on Broadway like 2 years ago. And so when I was proposed with the project, I was excited about it because it is something that's really close to my like heart. I used to do a lot of British farces when I was in community theater. And so then for me to have like the opportunity to come back to it now in a different light, I think was really, really fun. And I had a really great time with it. People really enjoyed it. It was good. It like wrecked my body. Like it was also like the most I've ever talked in a play in my entire life. So many lines. Like I spent all of August memorizing lines because there were just so many lines. And it's like so fast. Like it's like ba da 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 da. So it was a lot. But then if you follow me on social media, you know that Sushi. Do you want to say something to the people? You're right in the way of the camera, my guy. You're giving them all ass. That's kind of rude, don't you think? No, she's like, I'm going to camp out right here. Excuse me. You want to take a seat? There you go. Just take a sit in my lap. Have a cat in my lap now. But if you follow me on social media, you saw that my play, I Hate Neil Simon, which is the first play I've ever written. I wrote it in like 3 months at the at the beginning-ish of this year. And it won an award for the new play award. It's very reflective, so you're gonna see it. But look, it's like a plaque. Hopefully it's not backwards, but yeah, you can see the reflection of my entire room. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've never gotten a plaque before of something, especially not for something I wrote. So this is like kind of like an out-of-body experience. And I wanted to talk about that play a little bit because I don't know if you've been here for a while. There's a lot of Charis lore when it comes to like just writing in general. So I couldn't really read until the 5th grade. I'm really, really dyslexic, and my parents actually had to take me out of public school so that I could get like one-on-one teaching with like, I forget what the program was called, but it was like specifically for teaching people who had pretty severe dyslexia. And so, but like I said, I could not really read until the 5th grade. And what's wild about that is the real reason that I know how to read is because I walked into a callback for Annie, and I couldn't read the sides very well, and so I didn't get the part, but I could sing the song. And I knew I was a shoo-in, but I couldn't like act, because I couldn't do the thing. Oh no, I hope I have enough storage on my memory card. Damn. Maybe we'll come back. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. Okay, I just deleted like 40 audition videos that were on my camera. Hi, we're back. The light is ever changing because I'm just literally in my dark room illuminated by the window. But hey, it works. What was I talking about? Oh, right, dyslexia. So, I literally only know how to read or had a desire to learn how to read because I was like, I want to act and I want to do theater and I need this for my career, right? And so it was when I decided to write this play, it was like I had really submersed myself in this new work world, and I feel really passionate about new plays, and I feel really passionate about new stories, and I feel like, especially like as a woman in this space, I feel like it's really important to be a woman in this space because there are still aspects of it that are very male dominant. And even when it comes to like plays and the plays that people do, there's still a huge lacking in substantial female characters. And so I really wanted to write something because I wanted to write something that someone would be excited about playing. And so when I first wrote the first scene, that really inspired the title of the play and obviously the rest of the play. It was just like, what has been the most fun, coolest, greatest part of my life? And that's been sitting with my friends late into the evening, screaming about theater and talking about the things we love about it and the things we also hate and the things that are unfair and the theater companies that are fucking up and the ones that are doing it right and the projects we want to be a part of. And then also kind of like bitching, about not being able to do the things we want to do. And I feel like there's something so unifying about that, because I feel like that's not just like an artist's experience. It's like an everyone experience when it comes to being in any profession or in life, right? And so it's called I Hate Neil Simon because in the first scene they talk about how there are no real substantial characters in Neil Simon plays. Substantial female characters in Neil Simon plays. So it's called I Hate Neil Simon because in the first scene, they're having this screaming argument with each other about how there are no substantial female characters in Neil Simon plays. And I took the real motivation I took for writing it that way was because in college I played Corey Bratter in A Barefoot in the Park, which is the lead girl, and she is it's about two newlyweds who move into this this apartment in New York City. And I remember when I was doing the show, I was just like, man, this bitch just talks about her husband. Like every single time he is in a space, her objective is to talk to him or to do newlywed things with him or to get him a drink. She's always subservient to him. Obviously, we're not in a time frame where women have careers, so like that's not a thing. But obviously, like, it's about relationships being complicated, and that's kind of Neil Simon's like whole thing. But she is very much, in my view, she very much is the main character in that play. And but somehow she always never felt like she had a lot of power, right? And so I just never had a real connection to her. And obviously I think now if I was to go back, especially with life experiences that I've had, I feel like I might feel a little differently about it. But I was thinking about that time when I was playing her and I felt really enraged about that. And so that was kind of the motivation for the first scene was like, hey, we don't have these very interesting characters. And then as the conversation, I made really spicy food for lunch. So like, I'm like sniffling. And so then as we devolve, and this is all in the first scene, but we start talking about, well, why that is. And even in Shakespeare, like, there are women who exude such rage in Shakespeare, and there's women who are fierce. And though she be but little, she is fierce. And I would eat his heart in the marketplace. And these like bold women. But when Shakespeare wrote them, they were never going to be played by women. They were going to be played by clean-shaven men in skirts. And in my mind, they're much less representative of women in the 1600s, and they're more representative of like Greek and Roman goddesses. And I oftentimes think about these like Beatrice and Hermia and even Lady Macbeth and all of those characters that we hold as like pinnacle of like these female characters, and the fact that they were always intended to be played by men, that we never had autonomy over like their experiences or had input on their experiences. And they were always supposed to be played by a guy named Timothy or John or Luke or Peter. And there's something about like the stealing of womanhood in that. Like there's something that feels like inherently wrong to me about that. And I think, there's a on the flip side of that, I think there's a testament to being human, and there's a testament to like how Shakespeare could write from a female perspective, and it's something that so many women, including myself, have found solace in and objectivity in and could relate to. But I do think there's something to the fact that these people were never supposed to be played by actual women that is there's something unjust to me about that. What was really interesting about writing this play is it kind of reminded me about the things that I love in theater, and about how especially as a woman, we have so little control over what happens in the process. And as something I've been telling everyone I've been meeting when they've been talking to me about this play, is like I believe everyone should be writing, because it gives us autonomy over like our creative process. But I feel like AFAB people, assigned female people at birth, I think that they should definitely be writing, because I think there's like something in my brain that got healed a little bit when I was able to like be a play's god, like to have true creative freedom in a process and was not confined to anything. And I think a lot of times actresses in general, there's so many of us. There's just so, I always say every little girl wants to be an actress. So it's a tough road to be on, because it's a numbers game and there's less parts for you and there's more of you. And so if there's a way to give you some autonomy, you should do that. And so the people having a positive reaction to this play and having any kind of connection to this play, I have a hard time when people are like, what's it about? I'm like, it's about like 500 things. So it's hard for me to like tell you like, oh, this is what it's about, but at the core of it, it's about keeping on doing what you love when life insists on happening around you. Because real life persists, and art isn't going to stop real life. It's just going to help us process it. And that's something that I think has always helped me, like keep on keeping on and not giving up. And that's what I really wanted the play to do, is to inspire and to like help any person, any human person, to find someone that they can connect with and find a statement that they connect with, to feel seen. And something I've been saying a lot is when I see a great play or read a great play, I feel like it changes my DNA. And that's what I want to do. Like I want to like make and be a part of art that changes my DNA. And so this is crazy. Like this is not, this, like I said, when I found out about this, was not on my 2025 bingo card. But I'm finding that I will have expectations and they will be thwarted. So that's been pretty crazy. So as I'm always really appreciative of everyone who supports me, and like on YouTube, when people are like waiting for me to upload things because I've been really busy. And I've been following on Instagram and seeing the journey and everything. Like, it's been pretty crazy. And never in my wildest dreams would I think that, like, I'd be having dinner with Kimberly Bellflower, who was nominated for a Tony this last year. Like, never in my wildest dreams would I have ever imagined that. And I think that that's like the thing, is like dream big, and then life will happen for you even bigger, So yeah, that's all I want to say. That's it. Hopefully this doesn't sound super crazy. Hope it doesn't sound super crazy and crazy wild. But I love you guys, and I love everybody out there who's like been supportive of me and been supporting me. And I am so stoked to know what next year has in store for me. I have some stuff planned, and I'm always writing. I have like 4 plays right now that I'm writing. And And I should probably learn how to storyboard. That's like my next thing. I should probably learn how to storyboard. But yeah, so that's it. That's all. Okay. Bye-bye.